Hello everyone, hope everyone is fine. This is a live stream from Cloud Blogger. Thank you for joining from wherever you are. I'm glad I can deliver this session about Copilot Studio. Now, this is a very specific workshop where we're going to see how we can create a Copilot that will use our own blog, our own website, as the knowledge source for its interaction. So in our case, I'm using my own site, cloudblogger.eu, for the knowledge base of this Copilot that we're going to see right now. Let's have a quick look on the presenter, me, in our case. So yeah, I'm Konstantinos Passadis. I'm calling from Athens, Greece. I'm a Microsoft MVP, a Microsoft certified trainer. I work as a solutions architect with 20 plus years of experience as an IT professional, certified in various technologies, and been interested into Microsoft products from a very young age. You're welcome to check my GitHub, as you can see on the screen, and of course this site, which we are also going to explore. Let's start, and thank you for joining. So, what you see on my screen is the Copilot Studio platform. It is a software as a service platform close, very close to Power Platform. In fact, this is the evolution of Power Virtual Agents. Of course, it has been under a great transformation and it is really easy to navigate, no matter if you are just a beginner or you are an experienced user in Power Platform and low code in general. I wanted to show you that you can easily start your own trial by just clicking in the URL copilotstudio.onmicrosoft.com. Let me grab this one and open it from another browser window, and you're going to see that you have the ability to start your own trial. You just need your email. The first screen that you're going to see is the sign in. Now, if you just write Copilot Studio on your browser, and you are taken to the product page, here you can see the free, the trial start, you can initiate, and a demo site, of course. In my case, I'm actually using a trial. The trial can be extended, and you have at least 60 days to utilize it and learn the platform. As I said earlier, the platform has gone a great transformation and it is always evolving. So if you want to keep up, my suggestion is to buy the license. It's not that expensive and the capabilities you are given are amazing. Our example today is just a small fraction of what we can actually do here. I'm connected to my environment, and you can see here that I have this menu selection that reminds us a lot of the Power Platform interface, where we can select our own environment or select another environment where we are able to log in. I'm using the default one, which is a Dataverse default environment type with a trial enabled. The home screen is this one. And first, you can see that you have the ability to interact with an agent here that can help you build what you are having in mind. What is your idea? You can do it, right? In our case, we're going to see a copilot that I have already created. It's this one. But let's see the initiation process. I'm clicking new agent here, and you're taken to this screen. You can edit the language here. We're going to stay with English, but this is this concerns the language of the agent, the primary language of the agent. A lot of languages supported, and I believe more to come. Let's stay in English here. Agent web, and we can change the icon if we want to. Let's select an icon from our pictures. Let's add this one. I think it's too big. Let's find another one smaller. We need less than 30 kilobytes. So I'm going to the icons and I'm going to find this one, which is perfect. Less than 30 kilobytes. You can add a description here. It is a good thing to add a description because you can understand what this Copilot does. And in case you are collaborating with other users within Copilot Studio, other administrators, we know also what is happening with this specific agent. Now here are the instructions. Instructions are, as we know it from the AI experience, the system prompt and a more advanced, a more enhanced way to provide the agent its capabilities, right? What are you going to do? What is your expertise here? What's your behavior? Okay. And the important thing here, add knowledge. You can see that we have already public websites, SharePoint, and Dataverse, which is in preview, and we can add this knowledge after we have finished creating the agent. There are some advanced connectors. Again, after we finish, we can add more data sources. You can understand now how extendable this service is and where we can go and what heights we can reach regarding our application. We're gonna keep it simple. We will add our own website here so we can interact with the agent regarding anything about this site. Okay, and I can confirm that I am the owner. This is the first step, and I'm going to add create here, but before that, I will add the instructions. Your agent web, an AI assistant that answers questions about the data source you are aware of. Something like that, I think it's okay. And I'm going to click create. It is setting up my agent, but for us, due to the limited time we have, and I don't want to waste anyone's time, since we now know how we're going to create our agent and we're taken to this screen directly, let's explore some details before we move on to the created one and actually use it. First of all, the orchestration. We can enable this generative AI feature that determines how best to respond to users and events, and this is in preview, but it is something that is worth enabling. You really don't have to do nothing about it. It's just enabled. Okay. The knowledge tab, as you know, is the knowledge that we have added to our agent. And then we have two more tasks to complete on our configuration. And of course, these two are optional. Action. Now, we are introduced to the term AI automation. We can do amazing things just by using our prompts and our interaction with the Copilot. You can see here, for example, we can delete a row, we can get a row, we can run a flow built with Power Automate for desktop. So let's have a little bit of thought here. So what that means? What that does mean? It means that I can interact with my agent, and at some point in time, I can trigger an action that will run a flow into Power Automate. Immediately, we understand that we can execute actions through Power Automate, which is really a powerful platform for automation and sequential tasks while we're using our agent. And that's not all, of course. What's here? The connectors that we are able to create with new skills or even APIs. Apart from the actions, we also have the triggers. What is going to trigger the action? Can we do it through an actual trigger? And here it is what we have in our availability, in our disposal. These are 9 triggers available right now. Our case does not need to create something like that. Probably if we find something interesting in our website, we can initiate a trigger, but today's demo is very fundamental. Next thing are the topics. Topics are the guidance of the interaction flow. For example, if the user says hello, we can instruct the agent to perform a specific action. And that action, I don't mean these actions, right? I mean a specific task. It can respond or it can initiate something else. Usually, it has to do with how the agent responds. So let's have a quick look in the topics. You can go from this top horizontal menu to have a better look directly from the same interface that you are while configuring your agent. Now, for our case, we need to be a little bit careful here because when you create this new agent, you are given everything enabled. And in fact, if you want to use it as it is, it doesn't make sense. You need to change some things. So I'm going to go now to my created agent and we're going to see how this thing with the topics works. Again, our use case is take this website as your knowledge base and answer anything that has to do about that site to the user that you are interacting with. And we're going to embed this on the same website. So actually, it's going to be like a web chat bot that helps the user find information, explain information that resides into the site. Imagine the possibilities even in this fundamental level. I'm suggesting not to enable this, allow the AI to use own general knowledge. It's going to confuse the agent because we need specific knowledge. Only this site. And I have also added the 3Ws website just to be safe, just to be sure that nothing goes away from the knowledge base. Here are the instructions that our already configured agent has. Let me zoom a little bit so you can see better. The knowledge is this one, right? And the topics that we are discussing right now. So for our case, I have disabled 3, 4 out of the 9 system topics. These are already system topics. And these are conversation start, conversational boosting, end of conversation, escalate, fallback, on error, reset conversation, sign in, and multiple topics matched. You don't need to reinvent the wheel here. Okay, you are provided a lot of topics, so it's easy to build your Copilot. Let's see how conversation start is configured. So the trigger is on conversation start. What does this mean? It means that when the Copilot is loaded, it means that this is conversation starts. The first thing we have is a message node, right? Here is our message node. We have also speech variation available, and what we're saying, hello, I am, watch here that I'm using a variable taken directly from the dataverse that this Copilot resides eventually. So you can understand that the skeleton or the base or the, the fundamental base of our Copilot lives in Dataverse. So we can extract here the bot name and add it into the conversation. It will say, hello, I am this one. I'm a virtual assistant. Just so you are aware, I use AI. And the next thing that this agent will do will say, okay, I can get your email, my dear user, so I can inform you about new things coming to our website or new products that we may have. A very direct and easy way to get your user's email and immediately start building your client base. Very smart addition here. And you can do it with a lot of caution because not everyone may want to provide their email at this point in time. So you are providing the user multiple choice options. This is a question node, okay? And you say the options for user is going to be yes and no. And save my response in this variable, and then create the conditional nodes that say if this variable is set to yes, then redirect him, her, the user, to the get email topic that we're going to see immediately. In case the user selects no, take them to a greeting topic that is the follow-up topic, the follow-up conversation after this interaction. So we have the salutation and an informational message with a question. Are you willing to provide your email? You can say yes and you can say no. There are no other conditions, so no problem here. We're going to always go to end this topic after everything that happens. Just to have a look here, if I press the plus, these are my available nodes. Send a message, ask a question, ask with an adaptive card, add a condition. Here are the conditions, for example. Variable management. I can set a variable, for example, the email. It's just in the next step that we're going to see. Topic management. Go to another topic. This is how we build our flow, right? End current topic, end all topics, transfer conversation. We can escalate here to another channel, for example, or call an actual person or call another agent. We can go directly to another step or end the conversation, right? Let's go and see this thing first, the get email topic. So the user said, yes, I want to give you my email so you can store it in your database and send me information about new products, new things coming to your website. So this is the trigger action and it is triggered by agent, right? What does this topic do? It gets the email of the user. And we need to be smart. What will happen if the user decides in the middle of the conversation and in the middle of the interaction, okay, now I want to provide the email. We have this trigger again. So we say, if the user says email, or get my email, then we initiate the process to get their email. But also this topic serves as a connection to the initial conversation, right? So what we're doing here, we're saving ourselves a lot of time and effort with just one topic. It is an initiator through the trigger. So if the users again say these trigger phrases, we go to the question, what is your email? This is for us to serve this purpose in case the user decides in the middle of the conversation to provide their email. But we will also have sent our previous condition to this topic, get email, through an automated step that says if the user says yes to the first initial question, I don't need to create another one. Here it is. I will use the same. The beauty of low code, right? So what is your email? We can identify it like an entity. These are taken from the entities, which we are going to see very soon. It's already there for us as a pre-configured entity. So entities, as you may know, could be country, age, right? Address. Here are some examples. Boolean, city color, entities. And save it in a global variable named user email. Why global? Global because we can use this variable to other copilots. It's going to be available through our workspace to other copilots as well. Thank you. Your email is this. We are verifying and it is saved. And then we are redirecting to the greeting topic. This is the follow-up topic. Remember that even if the user said no, the previous step, this is the topic that they will go. So if they say yes, they will go through the get email process and then they will end up here. If they say no, they will end up here. If they decide in the middle of the conversation to get their email, to provide their email, they will go through the get email topic and then they will return here. So this is like a second level, um, how we can say, a second level structure on the flow of our conversation. And we can also trigger it by good afternoon, good morning, hello, hey, hi. You know, we may start a conversation and explain the user what we explained previously in the topic that has the conversation start. This is the first thing that will happen when the Copilot loads. Okay, the user may see these messages. Okay, they will see this message actually, and they may say no here. You know, sometimes we press it, we are not paying too much attention, and they will go to the greeting topic. Hello, how can I help you today? The user, there is a very good chance to return a hello. Now that's not a problem. We can manage this and return the user to the trigger. A very nice message is hello. How can I help you today? Very easy, and we're ending everything else. No need for any other topic here. All right, so hello, how can I help you today? Now, how the Copilot agent provides information about this knowledge? We have the unknown topic trigger. Anything that is not already declared in our previous topics is considered unknown. So on a known topic, for example, what is Cloud Blogger or what is Azure Durable Functions, there is nowhere this keyword, right? We don't have it anywhere. So on a known intent, create generative answers from these data sources, right? And the input is going to be the activity coming from the previous um, on a known intent trigger. And we have here a small structure where it will end the current topic if the answer is not blank. It's just to save any looping, any trouble that may occur through this interaction. So the user may ask anything, the Copilot will create generative answers based on the data sources that we have declared here. And we say if the condition is not blank and the current topic, but also on all other conditions. Okay, so here we can also save the answers. This is just for a placeholder here. Okay, now what does this mean? That we can keep a history, logging, telemetry, save the responses into a database and perform um, quality control, right? Whatever we want to do. Just remember to adhere to regulations about data protection on your region. Okay, very nice. So conversational boosting here is the thing that we saw, okay? And there are these topics, the goodbye one, it is triggered by an agent and it is like, would you like to end our conversation? But I think we're not sending nothing here. Thank you for using, go ahead, I'm listening. We can set, when the user says something, or if we want to um, try to conclude the conversation upon answering. For any reason, we want to have the user aware, let them know that, okay, you have one interaction, and then I'm going to ask you whether you want to conclude. We can do it, but we are not doing this. Uh, of course, the topic is enabled, but it's not used, so don't worry about it. Okay, we have the greeting that you saw it earlier. It is the second level greeting after the conversational start. And there are some other very useful topics. For example, on error, provide the system message error with the current time and log the telemetry event. This is good for us, all right? For looking into what's going on, what was the problem. It will log the time, right? And log the telemetry event. Very, very useful. Another topic is the reset conversation here, where we can set another topic and initiate this one, like a redirection. What can I help you with? And clear everything, start over. This one, I think we saw it, is the info. What is your purpose? What can you? Are you a robot? Some trigger questions that the user may say, and just to make them understand that I'm this thing and I do this thing. So in case the user asks, what is your purpose? What you can do? Are you a robot? I am this name, right? And I can answer anything about this website. Just an additional trigger there to catch any concerns of the user. Start over and thank you. Also, this one, the last one, was triggered by the agent. We can set here a message for welcome in case the user says thanks, thank you, thanks so much, TY, you are welcome. And of course, there is a sign in case we um, have the need, anyone that's going to use the Copilot to be signed in. And here is the process of the authentication process, right? So for example, you can see on my right, in our right screen, that we can test it on the fly. We can test our agent. So conversation start is this one, the hello, and immediately the message. I have an optional step. Would you like to provide me your email? No, is the answer. And then we go to the greeting. Hello, how can I help you today? I'm going to say, are you a robot? And I am Copilot Innovator and I can answer anything about this website. And TY, thank you. And the trigger is there. You are welcome. And now we have another trigger that says email. The user decided that they want to provide their email. So my email is someone at rrtt And there it is. We have saved their email in a variable user email, a global variable, and we can do whatever we want to do with this information. So if you click here in the variables, let's give it a moment here. We're not able to see them. No worries. We can go back to the topics because we were in the activity map. I can click here on the variables and you can see the variables uh, that are environmental variables, global variables, and topic. Only usable through the topic, only usable through the copilots, and everything usable in the same environment that the copilots live. Okay, and of course we can create our own variables. Okay, topic, global, environment. Now, it would be very interesting to see also actions and activity, and this is something that I'm planning for next sessions. I'm sorry, actions and triggers. And here is the activity, okay? It is in progress. Hello, how can I help you today? Because they provided their email and we send them to the topic of the greeting. So again, topics is the core of our interaction with their users. We have the system topics available for us. Once we create a new Copilot, everything will be enabled. So you may need to just select what fits your case because they're quite smart build. Pay attention to the detail and don't fall on a loop. You can always test your agent here, okay? But most important, whatever you do, you need to publish. So the changes are available when you build your Copilot to the endpoint that you plan to build, or to say it better, to the channel that you're going to integrate it with. Topic checker to check our topic, and in case we have errors, we're going to see them. Okay, details about what's going on here. Variables, of course. Comments, we can add comments so other users are aware what we are doing here. We can add comments when we collaborate or to keep in mind details for ourselves, depends the case. And we have also Copilot. Copilot can help us create better flows. Uh, it's quite helpful, but don't count only on the Copilot to build your Copilot. Okay? You need your own logic and always have in mind what is my purpose? What is that I want to achieve? I want my users to know what's going on in my site. I have products. I have new products coming. I have innovative services, and I want them to be able to understand what I'm trying to provide to them. So you can create new topics, advertising your services, making your users aware and interested into these services and products. I'm saying an example here, using your own site as the knowledge base. Of course, we can have the analytics as we saw earlier with 30 days, 17 and 7 and custom periods. And finally, the channels. Now I'm going to show you something. You can see here that every channel is available, but when I created this little agent here and go to the channels, yeah, everything is available and it should be grayed out, but we have also this message that says only Teams now is available. To use these other channels, you need to enable authentication. Okay, let's go and see what does this message means. It means that we need to decide how we're going to authenticate users to our agent. And how we got here, I'm going to return to our working Copilot, and I'm going to show you here the settings button. Here are my settings. And of course, I can change my icon, change my name, select whether I'm going to use generative AI for responses or the classic one, and how strict I want the content moderation to be. High, more precise; medium, more balanced; and low, more creative. Okay, I didn't save it. Security is where I'm choosing my authentication and web channel security. Let's have a quick look on the other as well. The authoring canvas for our authoring. Entities are the entities that are already available to us, but we can of course create new entities or register an external entity. Okay, you can see here that it selects the data type, or if I'm going to add a new entity, it takes me to the method. It's going to be a closed list or a regular expression. A lot of entities already available to us. There are cases where we need to create our own. Skills. Here we can be very creative with our Copilot. We can add our Copilot skills that we create through a manifest file, and then we are really have only the sky for the limit. Okay, what we can do here is really provide character to our Copilot and provide skills that make the difference. Okay, but again, this is not that level of our workshop. Voice, we can optimize for voice, and you can see here that it's actually about telephony, okay? Because we need this technology and we need to be able to send our users through telephony to our agents. Languages, where we can add secondary language. Language understanding, where here we can say, yeah, I want to use the default natural language understanding uh, framework, let's say, or libraries or service coming directly from Copilot Studio, available to me from Microsoft. Or I'm going to use a Microsoft language understanding, and then we have to manage it. And by manage it, it means that we're taken to the Power Apps administrator portal. And I'm going to use the Copilot Studio. Component collections are a collection of components that can be used by multiple agents. And the advanced menu, we can connect application insights, see the metadata for our Copilot. Here you can see something that you immediately know that your Copilot schema lives into Power Apps, and more specific in your Dataverse environment. Of course, we are in a Power Apps environment. And you can see the solution directly. If I click here, I'm taken to this menu. I'm going to open it when it's ready. Let's return to our important thing, authentication. Now, it's very easy to select authentication. Publicly available with no authentication in any channel. Authenticate with Microsoft Entra ID authentication for Teams, Power Apps, or 365 Copilot. And manual authentication, meaning that we can create, and we need to create, an application registration in our tenant, have the Copilot registered as a new application, but we are not requiring users to sign in. Every detail you can see here is explained very thoroughly in Microsoft documentation, and you can find also the solution in my website, which also references the documentation from Microsoft without changing a single word. Okay, I have included all the steps referenced in Microsoft documentation, not simply referenced, as is. Okay, as is, step by step, you're taken to the authentication part, how you're going to create it, and you need this because you have a custom website that you want to integrate it. This is the detail that I wanted to tell you. Now, regarding the solution, you can see here that I'm taken to this screen that I can see all the solution like a power up application in my environment. Okay, very nice. It's the Copilot Studio administration here, like the Power Apps administration portal. We have added authentication, and we can return now to our agent, and we can go to channels now, and every channel will be available for us. The first thing that we need to do, once we have tested everything on our right, of course we need to publish. Don't forget to publish. It's easy to forget it, just don't forget it. Publishing means that every change that we have done, everything that we have said, it is packaged and integrated into our solution, into our Copilot. Okay, the 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 solution is updated with all the configurations that we have done and saved. So we need to publish again. There is this great thing available before we do anything. Microsoft provides a demo website just to start interacting and take a grasp of the experience with the visualization as well. So this is actually what we're going to see, or what we are expecting to see, if we integrate our Copilot in a website. This is a demo website, and I can click here with Start Over, Hello, and talk to a person. I think it's removed by me. I'm not sure if I have it enabled. Let's see what will. Yeah, it doesn't know what to do, so don't worry about it. We don't care. But I can write here, what is Cloud Blogger, right? It is an active agent with a knowledge base already indexed for this agent and this copilot. The answer is very precise and to the point, and of course we're going to get references for our question. And we are happy at this point, and we say, yes, I'm ready to integrate. So what we need to do, the easiest thing, custom website is the click, and you're just embedding. It's that easy. Only thing you need to do is to embed through this embed code. And if I go here to my website, which I have done it already, apart from this blog post that explains everything that we've done today in a more detailed manner, you can click here on Copilot, and you're going to see that we are utilizing, I think it's the same. Yeah, it's Cloud Blogger Assistant. It's another Copilot. And I'm going to show you which one. It's this one. With a similar structure, very similar topics, and similar routing of responses and answers. Now, if I can check here that and say, okay, use generative AI to determine how best to respond to users and events. Let's do this and see that there is an actual change here. Okay, yeah, the agent is shared. Yes, we published and we published the agent that is here in our website. Okay, the live agent, let's say, and we just clicked here. Use generative AI to determine how best to respond to users and events. An enhanced answering process. I'm going to refresh the page just for the embed to get the latest, but in every interaction, I'm going to say just a hello here. How can I help you today? We don't have here the process with the email. I think I only have this one, email, and this is how I'm initiating, if I remember correctly. Yeah, no, I have removed the idea of get the email from this uh, Copilot, but we can do something else and ask is what is service bus? Let's see. It's a fully managed enterprise message broker that facilitates messaging between different applications and services. That's the answer that it found in our website. And of course, we have the references where the relevant posts are including service bus in their text, in their dictionary. What? Let's change a little bit our questioning. Let's find something here in DevOps and ask here about DevOps something. Okay, pipeline builds, full stack build. Okay, I will ask this one. Yes, import repository, ACR pool. What are variable groups in DevOps? Okay, let's see if it will know this answer. And there we go. We got the correct question. Just remember always double check the answer that you're getting from AI systems, right? Always double check. Let's see another thing. Um, let's see something a little bit off. Can I join? See this one. If we will be able to answer how can I join a VM? Yeah, how can I join a VM in Azure AD and log in with RDP? Let's see if we will be able to construct the answer to this. Yes, It will. In fact, what we have done here by enable the generative AI enhanced uh, selection here and we turn it to on, we are providing our Copilot a greater reach in order to construct better answers for us. Okay, this is what we are doing, and it is in preview. So if you're planning to go in production with Copilot, mind these preview offerings. And it is a general rule. Anything that is in preview, it's not for production. Yeah, I think for a fundamental level presentation, we are quite good at this point. Please have a look in this website and you're going to find the presentation in detail. Take your time in case you like this one and let me know through your comments how this presentation was, how this video is, if you like it, and whether you would like to do something else. Have a great morning, have a great day, have a great evening. Thank you for joining me.